Is it possible to take the old, tired, and lackluster M&P of the 1.0 generation and make it better than what's out there nowadays? I think we can. So let's start out with what we did in order to make that happen. The first thing that Andrew wanted to do is that he wanted to change the trigger on his M&P, which, if you guys know me, I flat out hate the triggers on M&P pistols. The newest ones that they have out there with the new flat face, those are far better than whatever they had before. I mean, for myself, I steer clear of M&P pistols just because every time I picked one up, I pull the trigger and think, oh God, I don't even want to touch that gun. Grip angle, features-wise, everything on them, they've always felt great to me. So what we did with this one is we put the Timney trigger in here. This is the Alpha one. It was a very quick change out. Once I figured out what I needed to do, I've done a lot of different trigger jobs on guns and things like that. And this one really was no different. It's just the difference I had that I will make note of is that the instructions that was given to us from Timney that they come with the trigger and everything like that weren't exactly lining up for a 1.0 generation pistol. It fit fine, functions fine, reliable, drop safe, all that good stuff. Everything is fine as far as that goes. So the gun already, for me, before I did the rest of the stuff that you're seeing here, is a big upgrade. Next, we're gonna get into some stuff that Faxon sent us in order to try out on this M&P pistol. We were able to meet up with them at SHOT Show and we talked to them. Obviously an Ohio company, we want to support them in general. I've shot some Faxon stuff. You probably saw a review of the Faxon Sentry rifle. Very impressed with that. So we figured, you know what? Let's try out some of their pistol parts. Andrew's M&P is probably what, short of 12 years old now, and tons and thousands of rounds thrown through it, and it just needed some upgrades. So let's start out with the slide. The slide is going to be Faxon's Patriot Slide on here. You can see has very, very aggressive slide cuts on here and serrations, so you get nice, good purchase or grip on here. What's really sweet about these slides that I like the best is that on here for the sight cut, they use a Glock sight cut. So you're no longer having to get your stuff from M&P or stuff that fits M&P. You just get Glock sights and they fit perfectly. And then we'll go back here for the Optic Cut. This model here is cut to fit an RMR. With Andrew, he went with the 507C from Holosun. Nice red dot on there, and it just, everything's set up on there. You get a nice cowitness with that. It's like a lower 1/3. They do have buses machined into this for recoil. Everything fits great on there. Putting the slide together was super easy. The only issue I had going from the old slide to this one is that the extractor pin, I was not able to get that out of the last slide. It was, I mean, I think I broke like 3 or 4 different punches trying to get that thing out. It was clearly pressed in there, machine pressed, which I read on some forums. So bought a new one. It was like 15 bucks for a new extractor and the full setup on there. Other than that, we then went into the barrel itself. The barrel itself is flame fluted in here. With that, it is titanium nitrided PVD coating on here. It is gold, as you can see here, but very, very nice, tight tolerances that you're getting on there. Very, very tight lockup. And so the point that I'll make about the tight lockup is that when I shot this pistol without the comp, had 0 malfunctions whatsoever. Put the comp on there, and because the pistol lockup is so tight on there, your slide reciprocation on there was a little bit slower. So I was getting some failures to eject, or failures when they would come back and eject, they would actually strike the optic housing. Okay, but again, that did not happen until I went ahead and we put the compensator on here. This is the Faxon ExOS comp on here. It is very, very sweet. This gun shoots flat out flat. And when I say flat, I mean this thing practically shoots like you're shooting a 22 semi-automatic pistol. It is just freaking sweet. I mean, it is, I really can't express it enough. You guys are gonna get to see it today and how flat this gun really runs, but it did take a little bit of tuning. I can't say for ourselves that this was plug and play. It was something that we discussed with Faxon, and they had those issues, but again, we also had to break in the barrel a little bit, and I don't see that as an issue for us. Like I said, yeah, I said issues, but when you're breaking in parts that are brand new and things like that, or even like you've seen reviews of the Shadow Systems and they make known that there's a 200 round break-in period, I think that's really all it took for us. So the comp went on there very easy. Indexing it was easy. You just got to give yourself a slight gap. We did end up actually changing out the recoil spring on this to make it function a little bit better. And now this pistol functions 100% reliably. Do I think that this is a gun that you should go and carry at this setup, how this is now with the trigger on here? I mean, especially considering that Timney says the Alpha trigger is a competition style trigger. No, it's not. But this pistol, if you did a few more mods even on it, you went with a mag well on the bottom of it here, you could run this very easily as, let's say, a 3-gun pistol, USPSA, or whatever you have, and it would just flat out run. This thing 100%, and this configuration you see here is a big improvement over a standard M&P. And then even your new M&P 2.0s, the Optic Cuts, and the new flat trigger, this trigger's better than that one. Just, I really can't say enough good things about upgrading this pistol. Obviously, adding all these upgrades to the pistol and making changes to the pistol functionally, you could experience issues with reliability. So that's the point that I make when I say that I don't know that this pistol in this configuration, everything that we've done to it, that I would go and use this as a carry weapon. Again, I think it would be a perfect competition gun. I think that if you didn't do the trigger work on it, I think it would be absolutely perfect for a standard duty weapon if that's what you want to do and you wanted to run a comp on your M&P. And this setup that we got, was it cheap? No, it was not cheap. It's not cheap to upgrade your gun and put a new slide and put all this type of stuff on here. But was it worth it? Hell yeah, it was. I mean, this thing is just so darn flat. And really, to go out to the store, you could go and buy a brand new M&P 2.0 with the new flat trigger and Optics Cut, and they have the super high sights on there and all that stuff. But with this model, full customization to what we wanted or what Andrew wanted with the sights. There's no adapter plate here with the optic. It's just a really sweet setup, and I really can't say enough great things about the Faxon parts in general, as well as the guns that they make. Just really sweet stuff. Nothing but high quality stuff from them, and I really, again, can't thank them enough for sending this out to us to try, because I know without a doubt that in future videos you are going to see Faxon parts that I can guarantee we bought with our own hard-earned money.
Are you looking for an earbud that can drown out those whiny kids and drown out that nagging wife who wants you to load the dishwasher, but also be your favorite earbud on the range when you're shooting your favorite firearm? Grab yourself a set of GS Extreme 2.0s, and why don't you save yourself some money? Click the link in the description, and that'll save you 15% off on your next earbud purchase. Now back to the video.
Obviously, we have really tricked out this M&P with all these Faxon parts, the Timney trigger, the red dot, especially that comp. The best part about all these upgrades in this pistol is how sweet it shoots. For myself, like I said, initial thoughts on this gun and everything like that, I've always not, let's say, liked the M&P, mostly because of the trigger. And for me, that always felt a touch snappy for me. Adding this Timney trigger in here and adding the comp to it in particular really make this thing shoot flat and shoot like a dream. I'm not the biggest supporter of buying a brand new pistol and slapping a whole bunch of performance parts on there. What I am a proponent of is that if you buy a pistol and you think stuff needs changed on it, change it. Fit it to your needs. If you got an old, ratty old pistol like this M&P was, throw those Faxon parts on there and let it rip. With how flat this gun shoots, all the parts on it, which make it a complete package, and that awesome trigger from Timney, Faxon, Timney, Holosun, the Ameriglo sights, an absolute full package that you could take this gun, shoot competitions with, especially competitions, and it would be an awesome flat shooting race gun.